Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for joining us tonight for the paranormal. Oh, Christ. I'm going to screw this up the rest of the night. I can see this is a good sign. Thank you for joining Austin and myself, KD, for the Generic Paranormal Podcast. And as you can see up here in the corner right here, what we have is a AI generated. Jesus, I'm gonna do this all night. AI generated image of spirit box. So I kind of just plugged in, to Chat GPT, or it wasn't Chat GPT, it was Dolly. Like what, create a image of a spirit box that would use radio and microphone and a speaker to communicate with spirits of past humans. You have to be very specific, of past humans. And I put like the box should have the control dials and buttons and lights and all these things to help control the device. And this was one of the cool images that I got. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. That'd be a sick looking ghost box.
It looks like if Optimus Prime built a ghost box, that's what it would look like.
Yeah, I can see that.
It looks like Cybertronian.
Right.
So hold on a second here. Let me get in. Let me open up the chat, Z chat. Comments. There we go, right here. So I am in the chat. So if anybody wants to talk to us, for those regulars out there, we're pretty attentive of our viewers, and we like to get to questions right away. We don't make you pay for asking us questions yet until eventually one day we're going to be famous. We'll be Joe Rogan level, and you guys are going to want to pay like $100 just to get your super chat across. But until then, we ain't no big deal. Can I get anybody?
Yourself, sir.
Well, I ain't a big deal. Let's see here.
No, you're not.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No.
So we are going to do so we're going to continue our conversation from the other night from last week, in which we were we talked about a lot of stuff, but the most of the first half or so is dedicated to our spirit box communication, like how we got started. We kind of started getting into a little bit of how we think it works. We go more into what we don't know or how little we know of how it works, as opposed to how it works, because that's if we knew how it worked, then we would be able to replicate that process every single time. So, what do you think about that, Austin? Russell Reynolds, what's up, buddy?
I mean, that is definitely a big thing, like being able to replicate the process, and that's the hard part. It's like you can't guarantee any of it, but one thing that we're trying to do, obviously, is find a way to try to find out what we have to do to create a consistent bridge, or like a bridge that's more stable and consistent, where we can make the communication,
Right.
But that's a lot easier said than done. That's why we explore, right? It's like trying to find El Dorado. Like nobody knows where the fuck it is,
El
but everybody
Dorado or
knows.
the Fountain of Youth or the Holy Grail.
Well, some of the stuff is like,
It's like a
almost a
search
long
for a
gone.
mythical item.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
The Fountain of Youth
Although I feel like
was
it's
being searched
more.
for about the same time as El Dorado was. As far as like
Yeah, but I feel like there's legitimacy to certain ones versus others, right? Like I feel like El Dorado could probably be out there, but I don't. I would imagine El Dorado is just given the name by
yeah,
somebody else.
right. It
Probably
may
something
they may
else,
have
but
like painted the city may have been like adorned in gold, because
yeah.
that was a
So,
very, but it was also very plentiful to them. So
well,
they
when
didn't
you think
find it to
about
be as
what El
valuable. They
Dorado,
looked at it more as a like a just a beautification type material that they could use to
so
make.
think about the word El Dorado, though. Like, what language is that?
Well, that's Spanish.
Spanish.
Right, that's what I said.
So who calls
So
it El Dorado?
The
It's the
Spanish
Spanish, not them. They
conquistadors,
named
when
it
they
El
came
Dorado.
over, well, yeah, they heard legends from the locals and stuff that where they talked about the city of gold, and that the translation into Spanish was El Dorado. So there you go.
Yeah, right.
El
I think
Dorado,
though.
Pinto, El Camino. So what's up, Russell? Russell Reynolds says KD in Austin. What's up? We say what's
What's
up to
up?
you, man. We say what is up to you, sir. So we're gonna do something. We're gonna try something a little different than what we've been doing. I have a half-ass kind of ITC. We're gonna do some ITC tonight. All right, and we're gonna discuss our different boxes and like how yeah, we're going to discuss our different boxes and all that, and we are going to um, basically kind of go over how our stuff works. Might start doing this in the future if people like it. We might dedicate like a whole other show to that. I guess we could do like a show where we just do an ITC session with a different box every episode. That'd be a separate show. We could do that. We could have a guest
I feel
on.
like that should be something that we do, like a little 10-minute segment in the middle of a show or something, rather than
We
dedicating.
can do that now and see. Well, that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna experiment with it now, see how well. Yeah, I have to get this
I actually
this
kind of like
audio
this.
situation.
I
Well,
actually
yeah,
like
but it's
this.
still not right. I want the direct feed from the audio from the box into. I want to be able to come from the audio output jack and then go straight in and do it that way. So, but right now, what I have going on is I have a separate camera set up on this box right here.
Well, I think it's cool because it basically, I like the idea of having a co-host from like a third co-host from the other side, right? And that co-host could be a ghost box.
Well, yeah, but also
that
we
way,
can
as
bring
we're
a fourth
talking about
person on
shit,
up here in the corner, right? And in the other corner, and like a guest, and we could all sit here and have a ghost box session with the whatever ghost box I have set up over here.
Well, I almost think like it's cool just like having it running like this, but like I mean, obviously, yeah, you want to plug it in and get a better sound quality, but like having it like this is like as we're talking about shit, sometimes it's probably gonna chime in and say something. And maybe, maybe we ask it a question if we're curious about something as we're discussing other things. Like I think it's cool having it like right there as like a third host, in a way.
Right, yeah, no.
Or
I
like
like
it's our spiritual, it's our dead guys, it's our
Did y'all hear that?
advisor. What?
What'd that say? It sounded like it said Boba. Can y'all hear the box?
The audio cuts in and out. I heard something pop in, but the audio is very, very quiet. I can't hear him. I can't hear you at all now.
How
See,
about
we were
now?
having issues with it. There we go. That's good.
Okay, that's me.
Yep.
And how about the ghost box? Is that better or worse? Same.
Worse.
How about now? How about
Nope.
now?
Worse. Nope. It's like
That
off
better?
now. Now it's coming in. Its volume is basically gone. Like it's not there.
Really?
Like I don't hear it at all.
It's clipping. How about that?
Coming back in. Better.
How about now?
Better. Better. Yeah.
How about now?
That's better, but now you're quiet.
What? How
Gotta
about
love
now?
technology, guys.
Now, how about
That's
now? We
good.
good? Okay. So, all right. So let us know. You don't. All right. So Russell says he don't hear anything.
Well, now we're good.
Okay. You
Oh,
good now? Okay. Yeah. He says there you go. All right. Cool. All right. So we're gonna try
yeah.
this out. I got a couple other boxes that are a little louder. That'll be a little bit better.
Okay.
So now that I got that taken care of, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm just gonna let it sit just like that. I'm not gonna mess with no settings or none of that.
So,
And
real quick, while we're at the beginning, again, shout out to E-Vapor Hut, located right here in Bryan, but they do ship out across 46 of the states.
hey,
And
tell them
I
I'll work
actually,
for them too if they sponsor me. I'll do shout outs for them too since you're shouting out on our show. It's all good if you don't want to, guys.
well,
I know Austin's a more likable dude than I am, so it's okay.
I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty
You're
down to
playing
earth
it,
guy.
yeah, and I'm not.
But
I'm totally
but
down
guys,
there.
if you use discount code Ghost Vape, like all one word, just Ghost Vape, like it'll give you 20% off of everything and anything on your order. And like so, yeah, you can buy it. You get evaporhut.com. You place an order online, you can get it shipped, and you get 20% off your order if you used Ghost Vape as your discount code. So, anyways, just wanted to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know,
So,
but I had to do that.
so Austin, do you want
Yeah.
to start out this session? This Ghost Box
Well,
session?
are we
You
actually
want to do
doing a
that
ghost?
first?
I thought we were just gonna talk.
Well, I thought we'd do a little Ghost Box session. See how it goes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? See what people think. We'll let people in the audience ask questions too. So you guys post your questions, and we'll keep the conversation going. You know, what do you think?
Sure.
You want to do it?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
We can do that.
we haven't done it yet, but we finally got it
No,
working.
we have.
So let's do this for a little while and see what's up.
Okay.
Austin, go ahead and take off and run with the questions. I'm gonna run and grab a couple other ghost boxes. No, I'm gonna run right. It's in the same room. I have to take my
All right.
headphones off. My other one's
All right.
died. Don't give
You're
me a
good,
hard time.
man. I
God
have
bless
to.
it.
I have to. My job. Okay. So I want to know, is there a portal in KD's basement? I couldn't hear that. It sounded like it said something, but did KD create the portal?
Okay.
Is there any way for him to close it up? I couldn't hear what that said.
I think what I got to get is a proper audio mixer.
Yeah, that
Uh,
might be helpful.
yeah. Well, I thought this. You know, this analog to digital converter would work, but I need one that gives me the audio back from the computer too that I can jack into on the device itself. So
Gotcha.
I can't hear the ghost.
Okay.
The only way I can hear the ghost box is from right over there. Like from the actual speaker from the ghost box.
Right.
Like, I want to be able to get it in my headphones too.
Right. Right. No, I get that.
So I think I'm actually gonna have to drop a little money.
Probably. Unfortunately, that's the way the world turns.
So the way the cookie crumbles.
Well, I don't know why this world keeps turning round and round. But I wish it would stop and let me off right now.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, I didn't get any responses, I don't think.
All right. Hold on one second. What are your batteries? Let's see them. Let's see them.
All right. Kenneth is going to get batteries.
Got it. This was kind of
You
a
got
last.
it?
Yeah, this was kind of a last minute thing. That we kind of just
Hey, whatever we gotta do, man.
threw together. But that's kind of the point here, right? We're just doing whatever, Austin, have
Because
any crazy shit happen to you this week during your week? Just
well,
ready.
nah, man, we're just working on getting this documentary going for JW. We got everything situated. We're just like trying to I think we're like really close on everything. He's got all the planning and everything done. But now it's just a matter of like getting everything logistically figured out. And yeah, man.
Yeah. Cool,
Yeah, I've
man.
been building, trying to knock out because I've been bringing back the laser tripwire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Green dot, is that what that said?
That's what it sounded like. Or brain.
Sounded like green dot. I don't know if anybody else heard that, but it's funny because my laser tripwires, I have to have it's a green laser that focuses right here on that little light, on that little eye sensor. So I've been bringing these back, working on them, but like I've been revamping them. So like there's like a sensitivity adjustment on them, and it's a lot easier. The sensitivity adjustment makes it a lot easier to like line up and set and everything. And technically, you could really use whatever color laser you wanted. So if you like don't have if you lose the green laser that comes with it or something, like you can just find like a red laser pointer or something. You can just buy one and use it, which I think is pretty cool. I'm selling those $85 for one set, or doing $150 for two. And that includes the laser and receiver. Yeah, dude, I just been fucking busy. Always busy. I think the daywalker left. Or he took his headset off. So he like left me to host the show. See, like if KD were to ever to like miss the show, like if KD ever misses the show, like the show is not going to happen for that week. Just gonna tell you. It's just not gonna happen because I'm not gonna I'm only doing this for him, so I'm not a podcast guy or a host. Mainly because I don't like people.
You ain't doing this for me.
No, I am 100% doing it for you.
If you're doing it for me, I don't want you to do it for me. I thought we were doing it because we had fun doing it, man. That hurts my feelings.
I mean, I do have fun doing it, but like,
no, you can't backtrack now. That's too late.
No, listen. If you didn't want me to do this with you, then I would not be doing it. I didn't have any interest in doing my own podcast or any of that shit.
Okay.
Like, I'm only doing a podcast because you wanted to do a podcast with me, and I thought, hell yeah, I'll do it. Because I mean, I just wanted to do any kind of project with you. We haven't done any like projects together. As much as we hang out, and as even though we're like best friends, we like fucking don't.
Can y'all
We
hear
don't
that
really.
other box?
Nope, I can't hear shit. But yeah, man, that's all I really like. You know what I mean? Like I'm just I'm just having fun doing a project with you because we haven't done one, and so I was just like, yeah, fuck yeah, anything, whatever, brother. I'm down to do whatever.
Stupid thing, baby. Man.
Down to ride, bro, Han.
I gotta eat some white. No, actually, you know what?
Let there be light. Figuring it out. Okay, so I guess I'll talk about something else. I don't know. Does anybody else?
Talk about
Anybody
your
else?
latest boxes you're working on.
Well, no, I don't want to talk about my boxes because my boxes aren't all that great. But does anybody else like look at? Me and JW were having a conversation about this today, and I mean, it's something that I've considered. We put content creation on a pedestal, and we put freaking like people on TV that like just because people are on TV, I mean, that makes them good at what they do, I guess. And like, I'm gonna start a war, not necessarily start a war, but like, we need to like start a movement of like, steering away from, supporting content creation as much as we are supporting research and real shit being done, right? Like, and when I say real research and real shit being done, I'm talking about like, things that you're doing. Oh, damn. Manly. That's right. Fucking right. We need to like, I don't know. It's because anything that has to do with like, the document, like shit like that. And so like, that's why the only reason we're doing a documentary right now, like the documentary that we're doing, like, I mean, it's not even about ghost hunting necessarily. It's about an experiment to travel and astral project and like be able to measure all that with, collect data about that stuff. Like it's almost like a Skinwalker Ranch vibe, like Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch or the Secrets of Blind Frog Ranch. I mean, those kind of shows. We're gonna try to give it that kind of vibe where it's like an actual mystery that we're diving into and trying to see if we can get information on. And that's it's crazy because we've had a bunch of people that everybody talks about being supporting this stuff, but like me and JW, we've been working on this experiment for a long time. I mean, we've been really trying to gather everything that we need, but when people are flaky, like investors are flaky and everything like that, it really, really hurts. And it's crazy how bad you need money just to do the research that, I mean, it is crazy. I mean, and I know that that's the way the world works, but like, why is it that is so backwards where people that aren't doing anything, those are the people that like, I mean, and I don't want to talk down on anybody or any show specifically, but there are shows that do the crowd funds and they'll get $300,000 or whatever. And, but they're just doing I mean, just people because people like watching them, but like we're not looking at some of the real stuff being done or like actually investing. There's very few people that are actually interested in really like investing in real research and real work. It's kind of like wild. But like I guess it's because nobody believes anybody, and that's the hard part. Maybe we do, but we don't. Like we're not. We believe you enough to not invest in a project
Well,
that could possibly find this or shit. It's.
I mean, I
I don't know.
understand. I understand in current today's current kind of climate of cynicism and
Well, it's more or less just like the content creation is really like it's not even just content creation. It's just like useless footage that's going out there, useless bullshit, and it's
dude,
like all the same.
but dude, there's what are you talking about? In ghost hunting or everything?
Every
Ghost hunting.
ghost hunting YouTuber that does
Well,
ghost
you know
hunting,
why? It's because they already kind of had a platform and they just kind of moved into that. And a lot of these kids, like that Cody or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, right? The YouTube.
Sam and
So
Colby and all these. I'm not talking about those guys.
they
I'm not talking
also
about
were
those guys.
pumped up. They were also pumped up by I'm talking about them because like they're
But
obviously
Sam and
doing
Colby
it
are not in the
strictly just for
paranormal
content.
field.
They don't give a crap about it. They're just doing it for the views because they know there's an audience for it, and they already had a huge audience. So they used that connection, those connections they had with the um, with because they have a YouTube person. They have a person that deals with them on YouTube. They have a person that deals with them specifically personally on Facebook. Anybody who's got like millions of followers and stuff, like they have a handler kind of
Well, I mean,
intermediary.
I knew all that. I wasn't necessarily because I don't feel like Sam and Colby are in the paranormal field. They're not. So
They're
like
not.
they're in the
But
entertainment
they're in
industry.
it.
They're content creators.
They're in it as much as Zach Baggins is, or
I disagree.
anybody else. Well, how? Zach Baggins, I don't think he gave a crap about actually ghost hunting when they did that documentary. He didn't. I'm sure Nick Groff did. I'm sure Aaron did, but Zach Baggins had been to film school. I'm pretty sure he'd done some acting and stuff too.
Nick went to film school too.
They were film. I know Nick went to film school, but like Zach was the driving force behind trying to get because I remember reading a story from a pretty well credible source that said that they saw basically Zach Baggins, and I don't know, I can't confirm who else was with him. I'm pretty sure Aaron was there. I don't know if Nick was there, but said that they saw Zach and Aaron.
Can we turn the ghost dogs down a little bit?
Oh yeah, sorry, I can mute it.
Or that too. I mean,
I'll just take it out.
there's a lot of shit I can't hardly hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me? It's not interfering, is it?
Still a little too loud.
How about that?
That's better. Now it's quiet and we can talk. I like that.
All right. So
Something you read a story about Zach being the driving force.
Yeah. So they were of them trying to get like picked up and by get funded to make films. The story was there was a guy, he was a film critic or something. He was driving down the road in California, and there was a big film festival going on, and that at least at a minimum, Zach Baggins and Aaron were there holding up big signs saying we'll make any kind of movie for money or something like that. And that's the kind of stuff that people do, when they're kind of starving artists and stuff. They're willing to, I don't think he meant like, I think it was a joke more than anything. It was just like to grab attention. But I'm just saying that kind of they didn't have an interest in the paranormal until they did that episode. I mean, look, okay. you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying Nick didn't. I'm not saying Aaron didn't, but I can tell you for a fact, Zach Baggins is in this for his own financial gain, 100%.
Well, yeah, he is. and his own ego. But that Ghost Adventures started because Nick was doing a film project for his for school because he was at the
I,
Las Vegas film school at the
yeah,
time,
no, yeah.
and
Well, hold
him
on.
and
I just want to
Aaron.
say first that I didn't. I'm not saying that Nick, had it was doing anything like shady or just
No.
kind of trying to weasel his way in. But Zach Baggins was, and he even kind of rode Nick Gross coattails into it, right? Sort of.
Well, here's what happened. Nick had gotten
Are you sure you
money.
want to tell this out in the open?
Yeah, Nick's
But
talked about it openly.
okay, all right. I just don't. Okay, I don't like it.
I mean, it's
Okay,
even if you read it. I mean, Nick's book actually explains a lot of it too.
oh, okay.
Um,
Well, that's all good then, I
but
guess.
basically, what happened was Nick was in film school at the Las Vegas film school, I guess, and he was. I don't know how him and Aaron got hooked up. They somehow maybe they were in a class or something together. I
For
remember.
sure. For
Um,
sure.
but Zach was actually a DJ at Nick's friend's wedding, and apparently, like at the wedding, um, like at some point they got to talking, and Nick told him what he was about to be, what him and Aaron were about to be doing, and then like so Zach, like basically they all teamed up. Like, but the original project, like the Goldfield Hotel project, was supposed to be Nick, a project that Nick was doing for
But
school.
my
But
original
then
point was that Zach had no interest in the paranormal.
yeah, no, none of them did.
That was my point.
Yeah, none of
And
them really did.
they made. Well, I'm not saying they. I'm saying at a minimum, Zach was willing to make a video that would be as outrageous as possible. Like in any genre. Like if he felt that there was a now Zach's a good bit. This I will say, I respect his business, his nose for business, and he's got obviously a talented. He's a talented producer. He kind of came up with him and Nick kind of came up with the formula for popular ghost shows. All the other ones today, sort of, except for Dead Files. But like every other paranormal show that's come out after that has kind of sort of copied their kind of template. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, well with I mean for the first I think it was like 5 or 6 seasons of Ghost Adventures. Well, it might even be longer than that. Maybe 9 seasons. I can't remember how long it was before like Nick actually left the show, but like Nick was actually the one who edited everything. He put together all the episodes up through like season 9 or 10. Can't remember exactly, but I know that he was the one that did it. And once he left, now they have somebody else, and they have a team that does it all. But like Nick was the one that put Ghost Adventures all together, and maybe Zach, like I think Zach definitely ran with it and knew how to market it and make it dramatic. He definitely made it. He definitely is very good at that. But I would, I mean, it would be wrong to say that that Zach had any kind of say in the creation of Ghost Adventures necessarily, because it was Nick's project. Nick's dad actually funded getting the camera equipment and all that shit that they use for the Goldfield Hotel. Like all those cameras were funded by Nick's dad. All of it.
Yeah, I'm sure they had to rent them because a red camera,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know.
Yep.
Now they didn't use a red. Well, they might have for interviews and stuff, but like they
Yeah, they
probably
rented, but right, yeah, they had to rent the camera equipment, and so like I mean, his dad invested in all that, invested in the trip to go out there and everything. So like, I mean, and Zach may have been a driving force like with getting it on TV and getting it out there. I mean, he probably did if he's got some influence behind the scenes. He knows the right people, when he's just start getting in, of course, right? And I think his cousin has some kind of superiority in the network or something. I don't know. So he has
so what do you
he's
think
got
about
some
the Zach
connections in there.
Baggins being exposed by Nick Groff and Dakota Layden. Have you heard about all this? I mean, it's about 11 months ago when it happened, apparently, but you know, I don't. I
Yeah,
really don't get into. I didn't know any of this till recently, I guess.
yeah. No, I was texting Nick on that day too. Actually, we were talking, but
I
no,
mean,
yeah, no, it
I
was
don't
a
think there's
long time
anything
coming,
negative
man.
about Nick in there either, because it's more. I think it's more about how they actually blackballed him. I watched Nick's video where he explained kind of what happened, and
Mhm.
you know,
Well, and I mean, it's the same thing that happened with Dakota. I mean, Dakota somehow was able to get, Destination Fear on, but Zach Bagans turns around and fucking buys the rights to the show, and so he becomes an executive producer, and so his name's on the credits for every time. Um, but like that's, I mean,
well,
and that's what I was.
if you fund it, then you're the executive producer, or if you're appointed by
Well, if
the
you buy
people
the
who are
rights to the
funded
show,
by the production company. So if the production company appoints you to, you know, then yeah, you're the
I mean,
executive producer. That's not always the case though. Not they don't always own the show. The executive producer.
no, but with that particular show and that particular situation, Zach Bagans literally what he did was he kicked Dakota off of Ghost Adventures because Dakota wanted to go do that project, and then he turned around shortly after and bought the rights to the show. Like he bought all of like the rights to the show completely. So I mean, he was still airing it uh on the network TV and everything, but like he owned it, and but it was shitty because like he did it out of pettiness, like you know what I mean, like if it was going to be on
It
the
was a
TV, if it
hostile
was gonna
takeover.
basically, dude, if it was gonna
That's
be
what it
on
was.
national TV, if it was gonna be on national TV, it was either gonna have Zach Bagan's name on it or it was competition.
Yeah, well, it was a hostile takeover because
Really, it was.
like I said, it's like I say, Putin is I believe Putin to be just as evil as the majority of the other country leaders that are of major superpower countries. They all have the capacity for evil. You have to because you can't like declare war without that's
Yeah,
never
you
good,
have to
right?
be
So that's that
capable of it, but
right. You
yeah.
have to be capable of it. So
What was the
like
saying? It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. It's like it's better to have the ability to be dangerous, but keep it sheathed or like keep it down instead of being weak and just like because you don't want to be weak, you want to be strong, right? But you want to have the capability to be dangerous, but not be dangerous. You know what I mean?
yeah, they call that walking or speaking softly and carrying a big stick.
Yeah, and that's what the saying is of like it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Hey there, Mariah Koo now. How you doing,
Hey
girl?
Mariah, you feeling better?
What's up, Frenchie buddy?
I'm good, man. How you doing? A lot of your seems like a lot of your old like platoon or I don't know, your old is that
A
what
lot,
it's called? A
a lot of
platoon?
well, I had
Your
I was,
squadron? Your
I was stationed in two separate duty posts
so but
or
you were a
duty
sergeant,
stations.
right?
Yeah, I was E5. I was about to make E6 too. I was so close, dude. My points dropped
But
that month that I was getting my med board retirement because of my knee surgeries. And
yeah.
yeah, dude, I wish I
Anyways,
could have got
we
that
could be
E6 pay, that sweet ass E6 pay. Anyways,
we're getting we're drifting. Um but yeah, no, I mean it's really like it is a shame like the way that Zach has handled the other shows because basically all those other shows that got canceled, I mean, why do you like they got canceled for a reason? And I think a lot of it was, I mean, they fired. I don't know if you knew this, but they came in and cleaned house with the executives at the Discovery Network. Like they fucking fired all of them, and a lot of it. from what I hear, and I mean, could be, I mean, hearsay. It's hearsay for now, at least. But the rumor is that the budget for Ghost Adventures was, I guess, was high, so high that apparently, like the other show, it was taken away from budget from other shows. I guess that's what I've heard, but I don't know how much merit there is to that. I just, but I mean,
You know,
it wouldn't
I figure
surprise me.
the way I see it is like there's no way we'll ever really know like all the details from all the behind the scenes stuff, because I've heard a lot of stuff too, and you know I take it all with a grain of sand. But if I don't know the people, then I think obviously that they're capable of doing the things that I've heard. But I don't. But
Right.
I don't hold it against them either way, because that's not me. I'm not that kind of person.
Oh,
So
right.
I don't I
Yeah.
don't propagate rumors or any of that stuff.
Well, and I
So
think the worst part too is that like I know which rumors that you're talking about. And we won't address them, but I mean, Nick did address like the whole like
that's
cheating
what I
on his
said.
wife thing and all that stuff. But
Just that.
um,
No, I didn't even. No, I wasn't even talking about that. Like
oh well, I mean,
Nick.
regardless of that stuff, but like what you were saying though about like rumors, I mean, really that's like what the field has deteriorated to, is like it's not even about the paranormal so much anymore. Like people think that what they're doing is ghost hunting. People think that what they're doing is helpful to the field, but like there's very few people in the community or in the field that are actually doing real research. And the people that are, and majority of the people that are actually doing the real research, as you and I both know, they are not even on social media. They're like, they do shit behind the scenes, and there's a lot of people that do that. Like look at guys like Carl Fisher. Look at guys like fuck. I mean, even Mariah. I mean, she's not out there a whole lot either.
Mariah blows my mind every time me and her hang out, dude. Like
Yeah, she's fucking good. She's really good.
She sends me home like rethinking my life and stuff. Like, wow, man, like, what the hell have I
Yeah,
been? Something, you know.
I guess luckily I've been usually I'm pretty preoccupied at the last couple of times I've seen Mariah, but so I haven't had that that life changing experience. I guess I'm just kidding, Mariah.
Man, me and Mariah's
Just
had some hardcore times, man, haven't we?
oh yeah, no Mariah. Yeah, no man, Mariah's great. Mariah's great, but like she's one of those people that's like behind the scenes. She really doesn't like put out her ITC work a whole lot either. Um,
And
like
she should. And if
I
she
know
wants to, she's more than welcome to start her own little ITC session stream on our network if she wants. Just saying, Mariah, the offer's open.
Well, me and Mariah. I'm trying to work with Mariah. I'm getting Mariah on a project. I'm trying to. So
Hey,
we're gonna
Mariah,
focus on
I'll pay you.
that. Fuck you, dick. Anyways, but like the field has become though. It's just like it's so a popularity contest, and I don't even like want to. Like I don't like talking to people anymore.
a popularity if you're competing in a popularity contest, that's a losing battle, bro. Like, because people will eventually. That means you're not yourself, right?
I do want to put out there though.
And anybody who gets to really know you will know that that's not you, and eventually that will get out that the KD you see on whatever is not the KD behind closed doors that I've spoken to. He's a dick. He won't even talk to you, sign an autograph, which I don't have to sign a whole. I'm not making it sound like I sign tons, but I do sign a fairly decent amount of autographs whenever I do an event, right? Like a Metacon thing we did, or the SpiritCon thing we did recently in Excelsior Springs. No,
Hey, I'm
Independence.
not that famous. The only autographs I ever put on are like when I have to sign some documents for something or on my equipment. I'll sign my equipment, but that's about it.
Well, I'm
I
not
haven't
that
had.
famous. I think that
If you
the
got
more
people
they
asking you for autographs and lining up around the corner at your fucking cons, man, I've heard what you tell me and shit. Like if that's
I
what
will
the
say that one.
situation is, then you are definitely more like you definitely got a following. I mean,
Well,
that's I mean
the last
more than
two
I get.
cons through the same friend of ours that puts these local events on. Last two conventions we've done with her, like I sold everything I had, every bit of equipment that I had, and like one day, and so I had to go home that night and build more. So I was up
Yep.
all night long building more equipment just to bring in, just because I told people, look, I'll go home and I'll do what I can to get some more stuff in. I did, and
See, yeah. See, I don't. Well, granted, I don't go to cons unless like I
local,
mean, this
local,
last
bro.
dude,
Local,
I
bro.
don't have local
If
cons.
I have to drive longer than 3 or 4, maybe 6 hours. If I drive 6 hours, you're gonna toss me a little gas money, at least put me up in a hotel room. That's at a minimum, give me a booth. But
I ain't even
I'm
going.
not asking for pay for 6 hours away. I'm not asking for pay for that. But like I do need to be reimbursed for my travels. But because I
See,
mean,
I'm the
honestly,
kind
I
of
don't need
guy.
to go to events to sell ghost boxes. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not going to rent a booth in an
Yeah.
event and like come out of pocket when I can do that from the basement. I can have a live stream, do a ghost box sell, like a big slash sell,
Yep.
and I don't need to do that. Like,
Oh, it's very true. But see,
but
like for me,
also you will have fans eventually. When you do, well, you build up a good repertoire with like recurring events, right? Like people who have the same events every year, and then they'll invite you every year. You do a good job. You speak. Do you do great when speaking to the public, and then doing your little presentation, and then you man your booth. You're very attentive. Everybody likes you, and then they
the way you
invite
said
you
that,
back next year, right?
the way you said that though, that was funny.
What?
You do your little presentation,
Well, I mean, that's what you do. That's what we all do. I mean, we all do
do a
like a
little
little.
dance.
No, it's more like a not quite as boring 40-hour block of PowerPoint in the military. Like every time they want to teach you how to use the lawnmower, like you got to get licensed on the mower. So you're going to sit
Really?
through a 40-hour block of instruction, get training. And that shit's got to get put on your military driver's license.
Oh,
Frenchie, am
well,
I wrong? Are you still there? If you're still there, am I wrong?
well, yeah, no, I mean, for me to even
Look,
go out
Frenchie.
to it,
Look at Frenchie right here, right here, right here, right here. Because he knows that was 100% what I just said about getting having to take a 40-hour block of instruction and drive to operate a push lawnmower. 100%.
yeah. Well,
You
I
got to get
mean,
this shit put on your driver's license.
that's nice, man. No, I just don't. I mean, if I'm gonna go out to a con, like to make me want to go out to a con in general is gonna take a lot as it is. Um, like I mean, it's almost like you're gonna have to give me a reason if I can come out there because I'm not gonna come out. Like I don't want to. Like I don't want to otherwise. And it's not because well, it's really yeah. It's because I don't want to. I just don't want to do it. Like I don't like people enough. And plus, I'm
Well,
really
it
like I
depends on
used
the
to do
situation.
so. I mean, I really just like, if I'm gonna go do all that, if I'm gonna leave my wife for multiple days and I gotta go do all that, like I
Take
really
her
just don't
with
want to.
you. Take her
Like I
with
really just
you.
don't want to. Freaking, I'd rather not. So like, if I'm gonna do it, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to entice me to come out because like otherwise, like
You
you
heard
said,
that,
I'll just stay
Austin
at home.
Vader fans. Sorry, you're not going to get to hang out with your hero because he's not really interested.
I don't need to go out anywhere.
I'm
I
just
don't.
messing with you, man.
I don't care. Like, yeah, no.
Well,
I mean, but no, it's true. I mean, it's not false. Like, it's accurate. Man. Like, I don't want to go. Like, I mean, I have people that call me and like ask me, like, "Oh, I'd love to have you come out to my event, man." Like they'll actually call me directly and say that to me, and then freaking say, okay, well, it's $50 a table
Nope,
or
nope.
whatever. It's
I
like,
ain't doing
nope,
that.
not doing
Nope.
it, not doing it.
I
Don't
feel
even
like
fucking.
no, and I'm not even being like conceited or anything like that. But I feel like I have at least earned my place in the paranormal, contribution area to the field, to where there's going to be a line of people to get autographs, to take pictures with me. There'll be people to
Yeah,
come out to see me, to buy ghost boxes from me. So they're going to be coming to your event for that reason. So I do have a small draw. It's not a huge draw, but I have a small draw. My draw, it's not a big draw, but it's a great draw. And
bigger than
so
my draw, which is like maybe two people.
well,
If I got two people to come out to your event because I was there,
I
then
think
I
that
guess
might be because your
that's a
role was a little different in the show than mine was, though. Like I
oh
did not
yeah.
expect to be in like Morgan City nearly as much as I ended up being in it. I didn't even expect to do more than like 2 or 3 episodes. I thought that's all I was going to do, and
Right.
I ended up doing 4 or 5. I can't remember. Katie says 5. I think it's 4. I don't remember.
Yeah, see, my role, yeah, I mean, if I make an appearance, I mean, I made an appearance in 11 episodes in season 4 for Death Plucker, but like I mean, my appearances are probably like fucking, I don't know, a brief 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds maybe. I think I take that back. I probably get a good 30 to 45 seconds when I'm explaining like what the equipment is or what Nick's gonna be doing for that's
The hell, that's about
but
all
like
I get.
no, you
That's
got to
about
investigate, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were to add up my total amount of screen time, it was probably a total of 30 minutes through the whole damn
Yeah,
show.
I'm talking like I get 30 seconds of the show.
I'm talking about through the whole series. Like my
Oh,
actual screen time where I'm saying stuff and doing stuff is probably a total of about 30 minutes.
no, I'd probably say, I
Even
mean, because there's one
even in
episode where you're out there
Devil's
doing the,
Perch. Even in Devil's
well,
Perch.
well, in Devil's Perch. So with Devil's Perch, that's not true because I mean, there was a good 6, 7, 8 minutes of that one episode where you were using the microcom out in the field. Like that, just that session alone took a good
There's
7, 8
only
minutes of
8,
the
right,
episode.
but then there were episodes where I didn't do like 6, 7 minute long
Right. I
bits.
mean,
So where I only had
yeah.
like a couple speaking parts through the whole thing, and those it all adds up. I bet you max 45 minutes max, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot in my book.
Yeah. I mean,
Where
honestly,
I was actually saying something or doing anything. You know what I mean?
right. I
I'm
mean,
not
that's
talking about like hero shots and all that.
right. I mean, honestly, I don't give a fuck about the screen time necessarily because, I mean,
Well,
it's Nick's show, obviously, and I'm just there to help Nick with his
yeah, I was
show,
thinking your situation. Yeah, but for
so
Morgan,
like, I don't,
well, for Devil's Perch, I did want to get some screen time. I wanted to get to be able, but that's not because I'm like I want my face on TV more. That's because I wanted to be able to explain my my reasonings for using these devices at these locations better. Sometimes I didn't
yeah.
get to explain it all, and it's like probably 2 out of the 8 episodes of that series. Uh, they didn't even show what I did,
Yeah, I know. You told me about that.
and I had so many experiments get shut down because of Alec Baldwin, and that was the dumbest thing I've ever. I never would have thought his like I never would have thought in a million years that something Alec Baldwin done anywhere on this planet would affect my job in any way.
You talking
Like
about that thing where you like shot and killed the girl
yeah,
by
yeah.
accident?
They had a big safety stand down type deal, a big safety issue.
Yeah.
Like they were like everybody because basically all these it's like you got the SAG and all these other like
Yeah. The Screen Actors
actor
Guild and
skills and stuff,
organizations.
right?
Yeah.
and so basically they were all these safety draw stand downs, and like you weren't allowed to do any, like they had to be super careful. I
Yeah.
had to like nix like 5 of my best experiments that dealt with high voltage.
Oh, see, that's a little bit over the line, I think.
And that's why I want to go back to I want to go back. I want to start just doing my own thing, and yeah, content creator, bro. That's where it's
I
going,
mean,
because TV is dying, dude. TV is dying, and streaming is the future, dude. Like it or not, like,
it
and who
may
the hell
be,
gives a
but
who the hell gives a shit about being on, like, um, okay, look at how many views. Let's say even the news, right? I'm not going to get any deeper than that, but the news channels, right? All
mhm.
the major legacy news channels, right? They get a fraction, a tiny fraction of the live viewers that the political and news independent journalists on YouTube and Rumble and all these other platforms. They get a massive amounts more live views, interactions. They don't like shut off comments, so they have a live chat, the super chat. You can actually talk to the person that's giving you your. So like, dude, that is a far superior way to um disseminate information to the public.
Yeah, it is true.
It's
But
a more interactive. You learn to trust these people. You learn to, because they're real people. They started off like real people. So it's going to be the same way with everything. And live content. I feel like live stream content will take over, because before long, yeah, AI. You can tell like the images and stuff. Like got 13 fingers, or their face kind of warped or whatever. It just doesn't look right. But I'll tell you what. Look at it 2 years ago. Look at the Will Smith pizza video, and then look at that. Look at late some of the late search latest AI um video creation, text prompted video generation, and dude, it's night and day. And we're talking 2 years, less than that, 1 year, you know. And so in the future, like the majority of content will be AI generated. They won't need these big Hollywood actors anymore. They won't even. All they'll need is just 30 seconds of their voice.
yeah.
They'll have
Although,
to pay
I
them to
mean,
use their likeness, but I don't think they'll be acting. They'll pay them for their likeness, to use their likeness in movies, and because the production costs will plummet. They won't have to. They'll still charge the same amount of movie or money for tickets to the movie theater, of course, because they're not going to make prices will never go down. Just like food prices from inflation and all that crap right now. Like like gas prices might go up and down with the market and everything, but food prices, you will never see your food prices in the grocery store go back down to what they were pre-COVID. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. So like the market's there for the streaming. Get back to that. I digress. But you get back to the difference between the streaming market. I think that's the future. That's the way things are going. People are going to start better self-producing their content, and
mhm.
you're gonna trust your independent content creators, right? That do live streams and everything else. You're gonna trust them a lot more than you trust these TV shows, and what they're doing is real. And I just feel like that's the future of it. I feel like that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, and that's fucking sad, man. It's fucking shameful. Like as far as like, um, It's fucking shameful that, like, I mean, it's because everybody, like, it's no longer about the paranormal anymore.
Thank you, Mariah.
Like, it's no longer about, doing any kind of research or advancing the paranormal. Everybody talks about, how can but it's just because everybody's become complacent. And me personally, like, I don't want to, like, I feel like content creation that's what's ruined the paranormal field. I feel like it's content creation. And we want to talk about it.
How can you say
Like,
that when you work for a TV show?
I'm not doing the TV show for any reason except to be able to
But it
put,
doesn't
like,
matter. It's still content creation, though. It is
yeah, but it's
content.
done by professionals versus
Dude,
amateur. Anybody that
you
wants
would
to
be
fucking pick up a
you'd be
camera.
surprised. You'd be surprised how many of these people are professionals, dude. They have been to film school. A lot of people on
Well,
YouTube.
okay.
Content,
Let me
telling you,
clarify. Let me clarify here. When I say I don't, when I'm not talking about all content creators across the world. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about specifically everybody that everybody seems to want to be a content creator, and so now everybody is a fucking content creator. So who's left to watch the content,
to a
like,
degree.
within our community?
You
This is what I'm saying, and I
that's
mean,
what.
it's not
Well,
there right now, of course, but what I'm
no,
saying is, like, we
no,
put too much.
there's always going to be an audience
Of
that does
course,
not want to
yeah.
ghost hunt, just like there is now with the paranormal
Right.
TV
Well, yes,
shows.
but here's my point, though, is that, like, when we're talking about us as being in the field, and maybe that's because I don't give a fuck about content. I don't give a fuck about content creation. I don't give a fuck about any of that because, like, none of it is important. The only reason it has any importance when it comes to the paranormal community is because of getting information out on a mass scale, like specific
I think
information. But the problem is that now everybody in this damn field, guess what they're doing? They're all doing the same content creation, to the same places, doing the same. It's literally insert name here, and there's your show. Like,
okay.
it's every fucking thing, and it's like,
I
where is the innovation? Where is the
I
like?
think
Why does everybody just want to be a damn content creator? And I hate this. Is okay. Here's another thing too. When people say that they're not doing it for the likes or they're not doing it for themselves, but then they have their face all over every freaking poster and everything. Like, you talking about you're not doing it for yourself. I mean,
no, I'm doing it for myself.
exactly. But you admit it though. Like, that's
Yeah,
okay.
because I want people to. Okay, so this whole
You're
Supernatural
not
Inc.
putting on
This
a
is a
front, is what
company.
I'm saying.
This is a
You're
company.
not lying.
We have a network branch
Yeah,
of Supernatural
exactly.
Inc.
You're not lying.
Paranormal
You're not
Research.
bullshitting the people.
Uh, we
That's my
have
point.
we have an equipment like research and development and production and sales kind of division of Supernatural Inc.
You got a
We have
media division.
Supernatural
You
Inc.
got,
Entertainment, like where we do
yeah.
public events.
And the media division, which is like Brandon and everything too, right? Like
Well, yeah, that's our
all the
network. That's
like
our
even this
podcast
podcast is part
network,
of that,
right?
right?
That's our online content network. That's what we're going to call that.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, content. I think you're thinking of content when you hear the word content. You're thinking of an episode of BuzzFeed Most Haunted or something like that.
No, when I think of content creation, I think of anybody that puts a video out on YouTube and wants people to like that video or view the video. That is a content creator.
But
Like, if you
why?
are doing all this content
What's the
creation
difference in
because
that
you
and
want
making a
to
TV
get,
show and then put the TV show out there? What's the difference
well,
in that and
because
the
I'm
TV
getting paid
show?
to do it. I'm getting paid to
Right.
do it,
There
man.
are people who get paid to do it.
Yeah,
When in
but
content,
I
it
guess
is the exact same thing. There are
no.
actual. Oh yes, it is. It's just
All
a
right, so
different. It's just a different. It's a different way. It's two different ways that that content is distributed to the public. That's
you're
literally
not
the only difference.
you're not listening to me. You're missing my point here. The point is the people that are content creators are not doing
Yes.
anything fucking new. That's my point. Nothing is new. It's all the same shit. The only reason I'm doing this show with Nick, I mean, one, yeah, it's an opportunity too, but I did it because of the fact that he was willing to try new shit, put new shit
No.
out there for people to look at. And the problem is 99% of the field, you all are doing the same shit, using the same equipment, asking the same question, going the same
Okay.
places. And
And
that's why it's
but
fucking sad. And we're putting all these people on a pedestal. Now the formula on YouTube, guess what the formula is? Jump scares, super suspenseful, like demons,
3,
and
3
you
a.m.
know,
3
you know what I mean?
a.m.
That's
I know.
okay. That's what gets
But
views, but like
that's
that's
a
the
different
market
audience.
now.
No, that's
But
an audience.
that's the thing though, is that it's no longer about finding evidence or doing research. It's about putting your
It is
content out there on YouTube
no.
or
Okay.
getting likes, getting views. Like the intent is different now, I
Right,
guess, and
right.
the
Now,
focus is different, and that's what's fucking sad.
but here's the thing. I think that maybe
I mean,
I
it's a
see what
job,
you're saying.
it's a living, but we talk
No,
about
no. I see what you're
integrity in the
saying.
field,
No, I
and
see what you're
people. I
saying.
think people are fucking bullshit.
I
Like nobody,
no.
everybody
I
talks
see what
about
you're.
having integrity in the field is all like you really show it,
You can't assume that people aren't trying to be legit, and because you know what,
I don't assume that they're faking it.
any show that's on a national broadcast television station or like a network cable uh, uh, corporation or something, you know,
Hmm.
any of those I do not trust as far as I can throw them, right? And I don't give a
Yeah,
shit what country it's in, right? I don't give a shit
right.
if you're on if you got a ghost hunting show on BBC, if you got one on travel. And I'm not saying they're all bullshit, but I'm
If
just
it's on
saying
YouTube, if it's on anything, like I mean, the only reason I
that's
trust
I,
Death
I
Watcher is
find
because
no.
I'm there, right?
I will believe videos that I see from content creators that are personable people that will respond back to you. You know, maybe might take them a while, but they will get back to you eventually. I have way more respect, and I have more. I find them to be more credible because usually they are like actual accredited, like bona fide type people with
But
some
I
sort
mean,
of, you know,
I guess
like
my
you're
question
looking
is,
at content like it's just like for
it's
clickbait.
entertainment,
No,
entertainment.
that's not true. That's not true. Content is the new word that describes uh, uh, uh,
Okay, well, we're
our
getting into
media.
fucking technical definitions, and that's not what
No,
I'm
no,
talking
I'm
about.
just
I'm
saying
talking
that
about
that's what it has come to mean. That it's not
okay,
technical. I'm just trying to tell you. I think you're looking at it through a different scope that most people would look at. Because everybody calls it content creation, bro. I heard Mike Tyson talking about my content, my content. I got to think about my content. You know, and it's
okay.
like
Well,
it's
that's
all.
not what I'm fucking referring to, and you're
I know it's
taking it to an
you're
extreme, right?
no.
By
I
getting
think you need to be
technical with the
more.
definitions of it.
No. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you to relay that better by saying that it needs to be a more specific, uh, like like
Okay,
uh,
well then
like
stop talking. Let me talk for a second. Let me say what I need to say. Then, if
so
you
so.
are
Well, hold on. Just answer one question for me. All right. When you say content
I don't mean
and
fucking content.
that you don't like, no, I'm saying when you were saying content that you think is ruining the industry, what platforms are you referring to? What like genre of
I was
YouTube?
getting to that. I was gonna get there, but you know, I mean,
Well,
uh,
I like to just make sure. Yeah, that's my question, but I didn't know
yeah,
you were going to answer that. So,
I
like
was
that's what I would like to know.
okay.
I'm not arguing with you about it. I'm just saying that I think that, you know, when you say
No,
content,
you're
like
just a little
TV
interrupted
shows are
sometimes.
content. Any kind of entertainment is
Hmm.
content. So
Well, that's not
it
what I'm referring to. Okay, and so that's not at
and
all what I'm referring to. I guess. Let
and
me
I
be
was
more specific. Then
yeah,
here's what
you're
I'm going to
right.
say.
Okay,
I'm going to
so
be more specific. What I'm talking about is, I guess it's a problem that it's the same problem in the paranormal location industry. It is so fucking saturated. Every place is haunted. Everywhere you go is haunted. And so, like,
yeah.
what's the point of paying money for specific locations if the other location? I mean, like, it's all across the board. Like, it's no longer like it's saturated. It's oversaturated. And so now, what I'm saying is that people within the paranormal community have
Mhm.
seemingly put more focus their content, onto their content, and while still talking about how they are trying to help the field, or they're doing work in the field, and it's like, no, you're doing work for you. You're not doing work for the field. And
Okay,
that's where my issue is. And it's not
and that
that I'm not talking about all content creators or all YouTube videos and all. I'm not talking about those. There's exceptions to the rule, of course. But what I'm
right.
saying is that people have put way more focus into the content creation rather than the actual research, or actually diving in like you have, like I have, like there's
Okay,
so many different people that have,
okay.
and
Can I? Can
that's where
can I,
I'm pissed off. Yeah.
so
No,
can
go
I
ahead.
just?
Now,
Okay. This is. I'm not. It's not really a rebuttal. But it's just like a. This is my response to the way what all you just said. Is that okay? So basically, it's kind of like this, right? Um, you do what you do because there's a demand for it, right? You build ghost boxes.
no,
That's your you build ghost boxes, and there is a demand. If there weren't, you wouldn't make money at it.
no.
You
I
wouldn't be
mean,
able
I'm not going to
you wouldn't
say
be
that
able to
there's
have that
not,
as your
but that's not why I
prime.
do it.
But that's your prime. That's your main income, though. Correct.
It's a portion of my income. It's
It's a
not all
it's
of my
probably a large.
income.
Even doing the show for Nick, that adds into it because that's also
Well, I
the
got the
same
locations,
thing.
and
You go out, you
I
do
got
the
a
same
bunch of,
thing you
I got
do in
my
a
hands
band.
in a lot of different pots,
Well,
man.
hold
So
on,
it's like
just
hard
listen to me. Yeah, I know. Just listen to me. So yeah, it's gonna be some yes or no type. I mean, it's simple yes or no. I'm not trying to, but so like you get even in the show, Death Walkers with Nick, right? Like even though you don't have a huge on-screen presence, right? You do have a presence, and you get to kind of talk about what you're doing, da 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 da, right? But so okay, so here's the thing, right? Like um that is self promotion, right? What you're talking about is people shouldn't self promote. And here's the thing: no, hold on, listen, let me finish. Self promotion, like when you get out to be kind of independent, like me and you are kind of, well, I started a business. You hadn't necessarily started one. Maybe me and you can start something in the future, our own thing, LLC, type deal. You can still have all your own thing on your side if you want, but we'll do something together. But
Well, that's what Necromancers was supposed to be, man. And it's still
right,
open to be that,
right.
you
But
know?
I have
I know
ideas
you
for
don't
that.
like the
No,
name.
no,
I
no, no,
know.
no, no. I do like it, and I had another idea for it. It was funny
We can
because
talk about that another time.
I was wearing my giant Doc Brown EM brain wave reader in the bathroom, and I slipped and fell and hit my head on the toilet, and I had this vision of a device. And so yeah, but we'll talk about that later. But so here's the thing, man. Content, bro. Like, what would you rather do? Would you rather see me on a live stream, right? On a live stream on one of my, on here on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Would you rather watch me doing the work that I do in that format where you have a real time connection with me? It's exciting. You don't know what's going to happen next, right? Nothing might happen, yet something might happen, right? And so
Mhm.
that's the legit side of it. So like these live stream investigation content's good, I think, because that's what people will crave in the future. Because like I said, AI is going to algorithm. It's going to shit. I don't even know. I'm thinking I'm about to make up a
I
word,
know what you're
or
saying.
or this is a stoner word. Algorithmize. I think I said that algorithmize
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, right.
you know what I'm
I get where
saying.
you're going with that. And
So
I know
so
what you're
like
saying. But
and
I guess,
here's what I'm saying. This is now our chance. This is the equivalent. This era, I feel like that we're getting into now, where it's nobody watches cable anymore. Nobody gives a crap about travel and discovery, and they're doing away with most of their paranormal shows. The only ones they have on there now are like celebrity ghost hunting, and I think we've had enough of celebrities the past few years. Uh, if I have to hear them sing, uh, what about
Andre
all the
Kesha.
people? If I have to hear a bunch of like out of touch celebrities sing that Beatles song again, like I'm done, man. I'm moving to the wilderness. I'm cutting off all connections, all ties. Anyway, but like I think real people doing real things that are personable. You can talk to while they're doing them. You can talk to offline. You'll get to meet them at events. You get to investigate with them during public investigations, like myself and you, who are very who I find who I I'm not bragging, but I think me and you are extremely like interactive with the paranormal
Yeah,
fan circle, like
yeah.
events wise and stuff. And then with
Right.
PTF, Paranormal Task Force, the team that
Hmm.
I work with Greg Myers, my mentor, my paranormal supernatural mentor.
Yeah.
Like I think people the demand for that real human interaction, that knowing that you're dealing with somebody that you know, and not just a bunch of kids that are doing it because the algorithm uh has basically told them to, right? Like the Spider-Man Elsa, or Spider-Man Elsa kids video iceberg. Have you ever heard of that? We'll do that on another episode. Let me write that down. But anyway, this original content creation and the ability to watch it, uh, basically at your leisure. Hell, I mean, like the streaming platforms for these for travel and all these other uh, um, cable networks are garbage. They're garbage. They'll never be what YouTube is. Even with YouTube and all its flaws, man, all its flaws, uh, you know, uh, they'll never be. It would take a lot for them to overtake. Rumble's done pretty good, right? But Rumble's just mostly politics, and that's the downside to that, right? So I don't really, there's some political shows I like to watch that you can't watch on YouTube and that's on both sides, the left and the right, because I watch shows on both sides. But like I can't, you can't watch them on YouTube, but they're on Rumble, so I have a Rumble account. I even have a Rumble, creator page. I just hadn't really done much with it yet. But like this is the way it's going, man. Because legacy media will be gone, and I'm not talking about just MSNBC and CNN. I mean, yeah, they're crap, but Fox is just as bad. Fox News is arguably has become one of the worst. You know, I mean, one minute
Hmm.
they it's like they're so hyperbolic and super aging. I think the only person I like on that whole entire show is Peter Ducey, and he's the closest thing to a Reddit troll that I've ever seen that is a White House correspondent. So, that's why I like him, and I like that other MSNBC dude. That's just he's funny more than anything else, but he just like anyway. But like those people, all the legacy media is going to go away. It's going to go away, and nobody's going to pay extra to watch CNN's crappy streaming site or any of that crap. Nobody's going to pay for that, or Fox or any of that crap. And nobody's gonna watch ABC, the ABC streaming network, so you can watch what, like the local news and all that crap on there on streaming. Like eventually maybe, but I don't know. But it's going that way, man. It's going the way of streaming, and everything is content. If you make a full length documentary, guess what that is, bud? When you post it on YouTube and Instagram, or bits and pieces of it on Instagram or on TikTok, whatever. Guess what it is? It's content, dog. It's content because that's the. So I'm just saying, like, so that's the way it's going.
Misconstrued. You've misconstrued literally like everything I was trying to say.
No. I know there's a bunch of crappy content. That's what I was saying. There is tons of it. Is shit tons of it. Clickbait.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got these 3 a.m. Oh, never call Mickey Mouse at 3 a.m. At Disneyland and shit. Get out of here. You had the one guy that we talked about before. What was his name? Damn, I shouldn't have smoked that second one. Crap! It's right there on the tip of my tongue. Oh man. Uh, Oh damn, Jane. I cannot think of the name of it. Anyways, he was notorious for making these stupid, just crappy, and it like paranormal videos, quote unquote paranormal videos, like 3 a.m. Don't call Mickey Mouse, like serious retarded shit, right? Oh, J Station. Remember, I watched that. We put the little clip up a couple
Oh
weeks
yeah,
back. The yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, dude, and to go down that rabbit hole, there's a couple of really good documentaries. I might link some of those in the details after the live ends. But like, that's the kind of good content right there, because those kids, that dude was like straight up taking advantage and taking these little kids money and shit, like,
Mhm.
it's ridiculous, and just to get views and clicks. And those people warp the algorithm back in the day. But I feel like you still have the chance. I think that the streaming platforms are superior because your audience can get to know you more on a personal level, but you can still throttle that to only give them what you want them to have. It's become that. It's become the equal of having been on a TV show, right? Back in the day, back when what let's see, Ghost Adventures first come out, right? What, 2014, something like that, 12? No, it's 2008.
2000.
8.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did the documentary in 2004, I think, right?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
yeah, something like that.
yeah.
Anyways, so like, yeah, you look at that, and I just feel like the process is so much easier, so much lower cost of production costs. You could basically film an entire documentary, like, and use uh you know all the wonders of modern video editing magic to make it basically a um like a cinematic style movie. You know what I mean? You could add all the special effects or whatever transit. You can make it look legit. So why, like, I feel like Hollywood and all those people have been TV has been looked up to for so long, and it's been a form of control for the American people, for since its inception, right? Since ABC or whoever first started broadcasting. We had Operation, what was it? Operation Bluebird. I think that really kicked in like the 40s. And that was where the United States government, and this is not just one party either. It was both of them, all the above. Uh, Mostly the CIA though. Uh, they would that they worked out this agreement with all the major broadcast companies that they would basically push out the information and spin stories in a way to support what the narrative they wanted the people to believe at the current time. So like, is do you think they're not still doing that to us now? I mean, for real, like with everything. And it's not even the government. Yeah, the government sucks, and you got to worry about them too. But it's also like, corporations who just want consumer corporations, right? Who just see you as a consumer. So personally, I would rather take the self-made, self-produced or self-produced network type. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to get a bunch of shows lined up, and that's our content, and but I see what you're saying. There are a bunch of people that give it a bad name, but I don't think we share that same demographic audience, though. You know what I mean? Like that's a different demographic. Like those kids that are watching those stupid ass, like silly paranormal content on YouTube and Facebook. That's like your 8 to 15-year-olds trying to spook themselves out, right? Mostly. Now, but I don't know the numbers exactly, but I respect I respect the that. So what are you saying? Are you saying that you don't think the future of entertainment, because what we do is entertainment, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it doesn't all have to be entertainment. But it's still, you know what I mean? Like you can still do an entertainment show,
Mm-hmm.
even though you're not like being tricked by producers and shit, where you got producers who
Mm-hmm.
are trying to plant things to uh, perhaps falsify a reading to make it look like there's something going on, right? That's the kind of crap that gets me. That's why I hate the production, just the Hollywood production scene, dude. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
never go back. I don't ever want to go back to L.A. But okay, so what do you think about, like, let's say, have you seen any of these small channels? Like there was one of them. What was Miss Jimmy explores abandoned or scary places?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. We're not going to go over 2 hours tonight unless you're ready to go.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm Colleen's waiting for me for dinner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would like to start keeping it down to an hour, hour and a half anyway, but I didn't realize what time it was. But all right, well, if you want to go ahead. I'm going to stay on. I'm going to show this little bit of a video of what I was talking about. Like, I think people are going to appreciate more in the future because of all the collapse of Hollywood and all these actors and everything moving their way into the YouTube space, right? Kind of taking up the little guy's spot. So, anyways, um,
Well, I would like to clarify some things because I think that you kind of went down a route that I was not like
I
trying to
wasn't
go
trying
down
to
at
say
all.
no, I wasn't trying to say you were wrong in what you were thinking. I'm saying you were looking at. I think you were. I think the word content. When you say content, it sounds like something Jake Paul would have said, right? My content, bro. Or like BuzzFeed haunted. That's kind of the general idea when you hear the word content. That's what you're thinking. It's like, oh, this is just entertainment bullshit. They're just going in there and being silly. I think that was our only misunderstanding. I think
Yeah,
that's
and
what.
I've been trying to like clarify that for like the last like. So my definition of content, I guess, what I was referring to more or less is that all of the people in the paranormal field, right? They all somehow, they're I have these teams that come to my locations. I see them every single team. Every single team has a YouTube channel. Every single team has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's okay. That's great. But what is all of the content that's being produced? It's all of the same crap. And my point was that there's more emphasis being put on like the paranormal field or the community in general. has put way more, and I understand where the market is going. I get all that. Like, I'm not arguing against that. What I'm saying is that there is a lot less advancement or research or genuine, like genuine innovation or advancement or anything going on nowadays, because more of the focus has been turned towards people's YouTube channels, and like everybody wants to be a content creator and a YouTuber and all this stuff. And I mean, that's okay. But if that's the case, then, this is why the paranormal field, everybody that wants to talk about how the paranormal field has gone to shit and there's so many people that are leaving the paranormal field, well, that is why. Is because everybody now has changed from focusing on finding that way to actually bridge the gap, like prove, what the original idea of paranormal investigating was trying to find a way to prove it to science.
Well, that's your approach.
Well, that is, yes, and that is my approach, and I'm not saying
that's not the same work that everybody does in the paranormal field. So like,
it's not the paranormal field then anymore, is it?
Why not?
It's the entertainment
field. It's just a separate.
Going ghost hunting is not.
It's a separate. No. Like,
okay.
So,
all right.
I'm just saying. Like, what you consider research, other people might not consider actual research.
I know, because definitions mean fucking nothing anymore, really. They don't. Like,
no, they may find whatever device that you're researching with to be like,
research, in my opinion, is trying to find answers, to find, like, trying to push further, not becoming complacent with what they believe works. That's my argument.
I know,
and I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't get, like, definitions still mean something. There's a reason. No, it's all around. It's just fucking, like, this is why the paranormal field,
this is just kind of like how it's
because there's less focus on actually finding the truth or finding actual answers to what is going on behind the scenes. And I mean, yeah, maybe that's not other people's focus, but nobody's really looking for answers anymore. They're just kind of accepting what.
I mean, there are a lot of people out there that are doing a lot of legit work.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's
content, that's what
it's on the same fucking YouTube channel.
My bad for saying nobody. My bad for saying nobody. My bad. But what I meant was,
there's a lot of
in the paranormal community, specifically. My bad. I didn't know that we were talking about everybody in the fucking world. But no,
I'm talking about the community. I'm talking about our community. There's a lot of people I consider in our community
but what they consider
to be doing legit work, or at least work
the work is what's
legit.
What I don't know. I think what that people consider work is not necessarily work towards advancement of the community, or saying it's not work towards betterment of the field or advancing the field in any way. It's work for bringing attention to certain things, and that's great, but that's not advancing the community, and that's not like research. Yeah, you can do historical research, you can do research on past events, different experiences and anything, but who's putting the groundwork in? There's and I know that there are people, let me be very, 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 very clear about that. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about a vast majority of the people that are in the paranormal community that claim that they are doing real work to help with the furthering the paranormal field, furthering our understanding, furthering the actual, like, actually bridging that gap and proving that that we're actually dealing with something beyond our understanding. Like, that the original focus of what the paranormal field was, like, that's no longer, like, that's there are a lot of people that are actually doing that. And that's another thing, like Mariah says, they're not doing anything with the evidence. They're not doing anything with it. So,
but there are a lot of people that are, and there are a lot of people that don't have to do anything. Like, I get tons of evidence.
That's true.
I don't necessarily put all my evidence out into a scientific.
And was I referring to you? I don't think I was.
I'm just saying, I'm not.
You're defending the people that.
No, I'm saying there are people
You're
out
defending
there
people
that
I'm not even talking about. Like, I don't know.
no, there are people out there that are doing the same thing that I am, that you're kind of describing, where they don't necessarily come out with scientific papers and stuff on the work they do, like with data and
That's
all
not
this
what
other
I'm
stuff.
referring to.
But not everybody is
You
in.
are one of those people that actually does work to try to find new paths, to try to find ways to bridge that gap. That
But
is work. That
but
is,
also
and I'm
work is working with is communication is ITC work itself, like the actual
that is work too.
field work,
That is work too.
like
But going and producing all these documentaries about the same damn place that 16
you talking
documentaries
about
have already been done.
documentaries or just investigations? I'm just a
I'm gonna
question.
jump off because you're starting to like
No,
generalize the
no, I
word.
just asked you a question. I'm not generalizing. I
Okay.
just
Every time I go in and I'm about to say something, you like start generalizing the shit. Like,
no, I
oh,
just
so
asked you.
okay, all
I
right,
didn't
well,
generalize it. I asked you to be specific. That's all I
all
said.
right. Well, let me
Are
be. Honestly, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Like, I
you were
don't.
saying? I know you said you were talking about like people doing. I said, what are we talking about? Or is people doing documentaries or just an
I know, and then you're
investigation?
gonna. Okay, so when I say documentaries, let me be very clear. Documentaries about insert ghost nut team here going to insert major location that's been filmed at and a ghost hunted and whatever 500 times already, but they're just putting out their version of the same damn story that's been put out there all the time. And I mean, that's great, but what are the methods that they're using? They're just using the same shit. They're doing this, asking the
Oh
same
no,
damn
I
questions
agree.
in certain
No,
places.
I
This is
agree.
what I'm talking about.
I agree.
Okay,
But
so let
those
me.
channels don't get much play though, so they don't really. It's like who cares? Mm. Oh, it depends, and also a lot of times, like that is in that entertainment realm more than it is into the actual research realm of content creation. Though, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
like
that
that
is true.
some content creators rely on their on like interpersonal
So
uh
then it's different intentions.
relationships
It's
in the
different
group, in the
fucking
team. There'll
focuses.
be like drama in the team and stuff, you know.
Mhm.
That's a lot of that. There's different angles on it, and I see what you're
That's a
saying.
different focus
And
when
that
we're
would be
talking about advancing the paranormal field or
true. Now
doing
that
real. Well, that's
yeah
what I'm
yeah.
talking about. I'm not
Well,
talking about doing fucking, what they're doing for their content creation. That's great. Do what you got to do with your content creation. But if that's what your
yeah
focus is,
yeah.
then that's not paranormal
Well,
research.
I
That's
think
you're trying to focus on content more than finding answers. You're just trying to give the people what they want. And that's
is it
okay. And
is what
that's the
you
formula.
is
That's
the
what
stuff
works.
is the stuff
But
that you're familiar with. Is it well produced though? Like, is it well like filmed and everything, edited? Is that like is it all like nice and slick
well,
and
go on Amazon Prime when people brag about their
oh
shows on Amazon
oh
Prime. Go
no
fucking
no
find.
oh I know what you're talking about, dude. No, never mind. No, I know I got it. I can do that. I can do a lot of that. I can make it a lot of those shows. Like I
That's
could do
literally
that.
everything that I'm referring to. And like, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was talking about this
Well,
whole time. It's like,
I think you'd find a lot better. Well, okay, so when you're talking about like Amazon, I'm thinking Amazon, like on YouTube, like bro, there's a lot of good streamers out there that are like legit. They care about what they're doing. You know, I feel
I'm
like
talking about anybody that, I mean, I'm talking about how everybody seems to be more focused. And let me back up. Not everybody, specifically paranormal teams that come and investigate major big ghost hunting locations. Everybody wants to be known. Everybody wants to be known for their shit. It's the self promotion versus what you're actually doing. Like, if you notice, I don't ever fucking promote myself.
dude,
I don't ever say, look
I'm
at what I'm
terrible.
doing. Look at all the great things that I'm doing. Like,
I'm the
no,
worst self promoter. I do not self promote worth a crap,
exactly.
dude.
You don't do the shit either.
I know,
That's
and
what, that's
I've
my
been.
point is like,
But
you're,
you know
if
what?
it's, if you're,
I should.
maybe. I mean, take
No,
advantage of
no.
the market.
If
I
you
mean,
no,
yeah,
no,
you
not
got the
take advantage of the
namesake, you
market.
got the brand.
If you don't want to fade away into obscurity, or whatever, or like other people come along and like become like, I don't want to say relevant, but like more trusted in whatever aspect of the paranormal field, because it's a spectrum. The field is a spectrum, right? There's so
Mhm.
many different uh, um, specialties within that spectrum of things that you could do in the paranormal field. That's kind of what I was saying earlier too. But but anyway, uh, uh,
I get
my
that. I
my
just, it's
yeah,
more or less,
my basic thing
what
is
the
I feel like
focus of teams seems to be. And like more, like I used to see like more teams that would have the DVR set up. They'd have all these things, and they'd be actually doing like really diving in with catching all angles of everything.
see
Like that's the teams. That's the real shit. That's great. Like let's get
that
more of
no, that
covering
is
every
a
fucking
type of
possible
investigation.
angle.
That's not the only way to investigate though. That's not
No, it's
like
not. It's
I'm saying
not.
there's
But
people
what
who
my
have
point
different
was,
there's people who have different like approaches to it that you might not like, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that they're not like legitimately believing what they're doing, and that they have a lot of a huge following maybe, and that they maybe I don't know that they enjoy it. So like like I feel like everybody, like if you've got that thing that kind of that people dig, like if you've got that it's a personality thing, right? Like like a voice. It could be the voice. It could be a sense of humor, whatever. But like that, it's more your personality that they're watching, and but you can use that to your advantage, because then you could use that attraction to your personality, your humor, whatever, to maybe get more eyes on the legit work that you're doing, right? And it might just be sitting there. It might just be going to a cemetery every night, sitting down and doing a ghost box session in a cemetery. That is an experiment that you're doing, and it's no less valid than anything else. But I get what you're saying. The fake stuff that gets on my nerves too, 100%. But I do like to see a variety of different work out there, because there's a lot of different audiences, a lot of different demographics. So I think
there's less
content.
emphasis on investigating and more emphasis on content creation. That has been my point. And I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Okay,
I'm
later.
out. So thanks everybody.
Well, I didn't mean to make you mad, Austin. I wasn't even arguing with you. I was just saying that I feel like you were describing something else, but it's all good. I still
That's
love
all
you.
good. Man. I know. I love you too, man. I'm gonna eat dinner with Colleen before she's gotta go to bed. So
Later.
later.
Not Colleen. Well, I hope Austin's not upset with me. Anyways, so Mariah, spirits have even told me through other mediums that I need to get out there more. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so well, I appreciate you, Mariah, and it looks like it might be Frenchie left in here with us watching. Not sure. Me that wasn't even me and Austin getting heated. So we've got a lot more heated than that. He's my best friend, and yeah. But anyway, we're never gonna agree on everything, and that's the cool thing, right? Like no, I didn't mean to say we're never gonna agree on anything. We're not always going to agree on everything, right? We are our own free thinking people, and we have our own opinions, and we can respect each other's opinions, and that's why he's one of my best friends. So, and I love you and appreciate you, Austin. What the hell did I do? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's good. Nah, man, Sergeant Stafford wasn't coming out, bro. Sergeant Stafford was a different person, brother. Yeah, it feels like a different life, you know. I'm gonna have to message one of my kids and tell them to bring me my, so I thought I might do a Ghost Box live stream here in a little while, so I can do a lot better using OBS, and if it's just me, cool, Mariah. Yeah, it'd be dope. The old Sergeant Stafford thought he was about to bust out. Nah, Austin's my homie. I wouldn't give him the Sergeant Stafford freaking knife hand. Hey, high speed. Anyway, all right. Well, thank y'all for watching tonight. I think that was a good. I think that was a good episode. Yeah, I'm gonna do some clips out of that. I didn't. I feel like Austin just, I probably could have worded what I was trying to say better, but I'm sure he still loves me anyway. All right. I love all y'all. I love you, Mariah, my bud French. Uh, all my awesome people from 9E. I'll talk to y'all later. Stay spooky. Stay generically paranormal. And that is about all. Hey, Greg. Bye, Greg. And yep.